I'm in Candidasa and today I wanted to give you a bit of a look around town, see what's going on, a few updates. But first I wanted to show you the hotel I'm staying in today. It's a place I've stayed in before. It's called Arco Iris, which is a really weird name for a hotel. But they've got these little bungalows like this. It's an older style place, but I really love it because the rooms are massive, like really massive like this, lots of storage space. You have these huge bathrooms, look at that. I mean, that's just almost as big as the room, maybe bigger. And over there, you've got big coconut plantations and banana plantations. And then the grounds themselves are what really make it for me, what make it feel a little bit more special. It's quite typical of Candidasa, to be honest. Candidasa has a lot of places that have this feature, and that is large gardens. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, beautiful little pool. The gardens for me are what make this place, and the size of the rooms as well. And I think that's what a lot of people like about Candidasa as well, is that because a lot of the places are on bigger properties and they don't try to cram too many rooms in, you just get more space and more gardens and a little bit more of a tropical feel than you might in some other places. I really love it. And the prices are just sensational. I'm paying $550,000 for the night here with 2 breakfasts included. And I know the breakfast here is a very good one. You can get cheaper places that are just as good that don't include breakfast. You can get places down the beach. I was actually going to try somewhere different this time, but one of the problems is at the moment there's a beachfront path being built and I just don't know what stage of construction that's at the moment. So I was a little bit reluctant to get too close to the water in terms of accommodation right now, but I will verify whether that's a problem at the moment or not as I walk around Candidasa today and show you what's going on. Let's get stuck in. What is the point of Candidasa? Well, I think I can sort of summarize it really like this. It's about relaxation first and foremost. It's a very relaxing place with the properties that you've got around here. Really sort of invite that relaxation vibe, pools, where you sit around in the gardens, have a few drinks and that sort of thing. Then there's the beach, because the beaches here are very good in the right spots. It's got a bad reputation for beaches because of the history of Candidasa, where there used to be white sand beaches and now they've all been washed away. But there are some patches of great beaches around here. The snorkeling here is wonderful. The fishing is good as well. And then there's that sort of East Bali culture, which you can go and explore as well. I think it's quite nice. But if you're the sort of person that likes to do things, I can understand that you might get a little bit bored here. And I think the first time that I came here when I was a lot younger, I was a little bit bored actually, because I was thinking, what am I going to do here? Now that I'm a little bit older, and I like to have a bit of a stroll around and have a look around at what's going on, I feel a little bit more comfortable spending more time here, to be honest. I wonder what's through there. That looks like a path through the banana plantation. I wonder if someone lives down there. We're going to have a look anyway. I don't know, this is a bit creepy really, isn't it? Could be someone's house. Oh, there's a swing. I think someone does live there. I think it's someone's house. I better not go through there. I reckon that's probably a bit rude, isn't it? So I'm staying at the far eastern part of Candidasa, and I'll start my walk around today from the eastern part. So I'm just walking further east now to where there's a great little beach. I'll start there, see if I can see that new path that's being built, and then we'll walk west as far as I can go, really. Or maybe not as far as I can go, as far as my body will take me. That's the story. In East Bali, where there's plenty of land that can't be cultivated with rice, yeah, you can't grow rice on these big steep hills, you'll find that it's the same in Nusa Lembongan as well. When you've got these steep hills, they are still terraced, and they terrace them for crops, and they'll often be terraced with rock walls, and quite often they're not in use today. So just skirting down the side of the Puri Bagus Hotel, that's got a good reputation, that hotel. One of the furthest east that you can go here in Candidasa before you get over the other side of that mountain over there and into other areas. So we'll just go down to the beach here because I have been down here. Last time you'll know that I came down here for my previous Candidasa video, and I really loved the beach down here. Okay, things have changed. I'm seeing lots of rocks. Oh my God, this is totally different. Okay. Well, there's your beachfront path going in. That is reality front and center. That beautiful beach is gone. Oh my God. That beautiful beach there, which I talked about last time, is gone. There's rocks on top of it now, and that'll be the path. And then down there, that was not much of a beach before. There was a bit of a beachfront path there anyway, but they've cleared most of it off and they're going to make it look good. Yeah, I'm not going to sort of make a judgment on it yet because it is quite shocking to see, and I haven't seen the finished product. When we see the finished product, we'll be able to make a judgment. Basically, what they're going to do, it's not just about having a beachfront path. It's about preserving the beaches here and getting a bit of sand nourishment going on. So they're going to pump sand in here, restore the beaches. They're going to put in like breakwaters in different places. Like we've already got some breakwaters, but they're going to improve the breakwaters to make the waves not so strong so that they wash away the sand and that sort of stuff. But at the moment, I mean, it's pretty bad. And like if you were at that hotel and they were doing construction work, actually any of these hotels down here, I wouldn't be staying at right now because of that construction work. That's pretty, yeah, it's pretty full frontal, you know. Much like the improvements that have been happening in Sanur over the past year, I think this is going to be a game changer for Candidasa when it's completed. In the interim period, it is not good, like it was in Sanur. It makes it unpleasant to be in some places. But I think overall, you've got to do these things to improve the place. And I think in Candidasa, one of the biggest problems always in Candidasa is that you haven't really been able to walk beachside between hotels and restaurants and stuff. You've had to go along that main road, which is not really that pleasant. So hopefully this is done well and it's done quickly so that we can get that beachfront path done here in Candidasa, and hopefully they preserve some of the beaches too, because seeing that beach sort of almost gone now, that's quite disappointing. If they can restore it somehow, now that they've built a path on top of it, that would be good. Hopefully that happens. Given that that area already had quite a nice little beach area there, you could walk along it, I just wonder if that beachfront path is actually needed right there. I don't know. It feels like you could just get away with not making a path there at all and it'd be just fine. Extending it to there, I don't know, it just feels a little bit weird, to be honest. So I'm now on the main road of Candidasa. This is the main road that goes from the south of Bali all the way up the east. And over the decades, it's become busier and busier and busier as more construction and more development happens further east than this. And it's sort of made this main road quite unpleasant, to be honest. Maybe before, in the old days, it was okay, but now it's just not that pleasant. And I think having a 5.5 kilometre beachfront path that allows you to step away from this main road is absolutely sensational. Like, it's going to really improve this place out of sight. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a boom in tourism once that beachfront path goes in, because when you sort of get rid of this main road, it actually, I think it becomes a lot more pleasant. The whole project is costing about 1 trillion rupiah. And that is an awful lot of money in anyone's language, especially in Indonesia. It sounds like just a phenomenal amount of money. I don't know why it costs so much, but that's just what it is. And I guess the question is it worth it? I guess it probably is, to avoid some of this sort of activity that's going on around here. They were also doing some other works around the place as well here in Candidasa that I noticed on the way in. And one of them is just up here at the Lotus Pond. I was going to book into a hotel right on the Lotus Pond, and I decided at the last moment not to do that. And I'm lucky I did, because the construction here is quite big as well. So down here we have a bit of a pump. It looks like it's like the level of that pond is a lot lower than it usually is. So I don't know if they're pumping it out or what's going on there. But then you can see over there, there's all this construction equipment, which means that you can't do a full loop of the lagoon here in Candidasa at the moment. Yeah, look at this. I would love to see like maybe some diagram of what that's going to be. There's no sort of poster here showing what's happening, but it looks like they're doing something good. I mean, you wouldn't know because there's no sign. Although up here in the corner there might be, so I'll have to have a quick look down here. So yeah, that's another thing that's going on at the moment. It makes it a little bit unpleasant, to be honest. A little bit unpleasant. There you go. That's what's going on. They do have a sign, and that's great. They're just basically going to make it look good. because you know, it actually looks a bit old and run down a little bit. So to do it up is really a positive thing, you know. I hope, again, it doesn't take a long time. Like what happened in Sanur with the path upgrade there, it took well over 6 months, or about 6 months to complete. And it really shouldn't have taken that long. I mean, a lot of the time, no one working on it and that sort of stuff. And when you're in a tourist area, you really want these things to move at a pretty good pace. So hopefully these things get done quickly so it doesn't really interrupt the businesses too much. And if you come here for a holiday, you sort of don't get your holiday interrupted as well. I suppose one of the things that we sort of complain about in Indonesia is that infrastructure doesn't really get done very well, or often. Things break down. So having these infrastructure projects going in is a really massive positive, especially for a place like Candidasa, which has sort of been a little bit, oh, it's been dying a bit, to be honest, over the past sort of 30 years. I mean, certainly since when I first came here, over 25 years ago or whatever it was, it's certainly gone downhill since then. It hasn't really been any, you know, injection of money or infrastructure. These projects are really going to help it out, for sure. If you're unfamiliar with Candidasa, this is the sort of what the main street looks like. Up and down the main street, there's heaps of little warungs and older style hotels. That's sort of beachside that way, mountainside that way, so the mountains are in the background with a lush jungle, lots of coconut trees and that sort of thing. You've got those terraced hills over there as well. And then, for example, over there, that place is WJ's Coffee House, Wacky Jackie's, that does really good donuts, like really good donuts and coffee. And I think I mentioned it last time, Jackie runs, well, basically cloth and fabric classes and searching trips into other parts of Indonesia where you can get a really good appreciation of other parts of Indonesia and how they do fabrics. And she does quilt making and all that sort of stuff, all that crafty stuff, which I really don't know much about, but I did a bit of research on it before. And for the people who love that stuff, that is just an awesome place to sort of get in touch with, really. Hello. No, jalan kaki. I actually find I don't get harassed by taxi drivers as much these days anywhere in Bali like I used to. It used to be a lot worse in the old days. I'm going to nick down one of these side streets when I can and get down to the beach around here and see what the beachfront path looks like down there. This is an abandoned hotel called Candidasa Beach Bungalows 2, and I actually spotted the ocean through the gap here, so I thought I'll go through here and see if I can get down to the ocean and have a look around down there, see if there's any progress. Hello. Mau ke pantai ya? Yeah. It's very sad that a place like this can't survive, actually, because it's got that classical Balinese styling. Look at it, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if that really works in this day and age, to be honest. I mean, it used to, and it still looks very nice now, but I'm not sure whether it's just the thing that people do anymore, you know, these Balinese styling. Okay, here we go. So I'm not familiar with what the beach used to look like down here anyway, yeah? But you can see very clearly there, that path is going to be really just quite nice there. I got a funny feeling there wasn't any beach here anyway. I know that a lot of these sections, the water came right up to the edge of these platforms here. So that's what that's going to look like there. Well, that's going to be really good, having that path there and being able to walk all the way along. That's going to be excellent. Oh, look at that big old pool. Mad, eh? Having this sort of place falling apart. Sad, because I reckon, I don't know, it must have been a busy place back in the day. I just bumped into the security guard on the way out of that hotel, and he said before that path was being built, they had like quite a thin strip of perfect sand out the front, and yeah, that's what they built on top of. So they don't have a beach now at the front of that. Hopefully when the works are completed, they can, I don't know, somehow fill in and make a beach again. That's sort of what's needed. Funnily enough, when I was in there is someone staying at that hotel which is abandoned. I said to the security guard, hang on, how's that? And he goes, well, it's not really supposed to be occupied, and There's no air conditioning and there's no hot water. It's just a room, and there are lots of problems, but the guy that's staying there really loves it and has lots of memories from that place. So he's happy to come back and just hang out there day after day after day. I thought that was pretty nice. A bit weird, but pretty nice. That's called You and Me Lounge Bar. I went to that last time I was here and I really liked that place. Very busy. So the town was quiet and all the people seemed to be in that bar listening to the live music. There were heaps of people staying there actually. It was a bit strange to see so many people in one spot here in Candidasa. The other place that people seem to go to is that New Queen, which is just next door. So, I don't know, I get the impression that it's hard when you've got so few customers in town to sort of get a bit of an atmosphere going into the place. So when there's just sort of the hint of an atmosphere, everyone flocks to the same place and it feels pretty good. Little alleyway. Let's go down here and see what I can see down here, see if the path is visible down the end of this little alleyway here. I don't think it's a very commonly used little path though. A few people must get down here, but especially because this path construction is now happening, I'm not sure so many people are going to come down here. Okay. I can get onto the path here. Oh yeah, cool. This is the path. Oh, nice. Look at this. That's what it looks like. So they're really building it quite high. Yeah. It'll stop a lot of that coastal erosion, that's for sure. And if they can figure out the nourishment that they're going to do, I think that's really going to be the thing that makes or breaks this project. Because if you can get beaches coming back and you can put in the right sorts of breakwaters in the right places, I mean, it could really change this place into something quite spectacular. But as it is right now, that ocean's pretty rough. Like, it's much more rough than it ever would be in Sanur. It's crazy. I mean, you can almost surf some of those waves out there. Maybe not quite. Oh, you almost could. That's the way they're doing those rocks. They've got those big white rocks on the outside, almost like a facade. Whereas underneath they've got those smaller rocks as the real foundation of this whole wall section. I've got to say, it looks pretty good. The old breakwater or old wall is down there, it seems. But this looks really good. I mean, yeah, loving this. Can't wait to see it finished, actually. This is going to be fantastic. The security guard reckons it's going to be finished in 2028, but I don't know. You can see some of this being finished earlier than that. So I've reached the corner that is one of the main corners here in Candidasa. It's the end of the main strip. The strip does go further along and I will go up there. But that's the temple that's on the corner as well. And there's a bunch of warungs here, and a lot of people don't sort of go further that way if they're staying on that side. But I think I might just have a bit of a look up there, see what's going on. I know the footpath continues on that way. The sign says, Selamat Jalan Terima Kasih. Selamat Jalan means have a good trip, basically. You can say Selamat Tinggal as well for someone, you're saying it to a person who's staying. But it's really quite rarely said. Really quite rarely said. Like, you don't really sort of hear it in normal conversation. Even Selamat Jalan, you don't hear in normal conversation very much. You see it on signs. You sometimes see it at funerals as well. That place, I've been there before, Lotus Sea View. That place, I think I went there in 2002, I think. Still going strong, and there's heaps of people eating there. I wouldn't mind having a go at that place. So as you go further west past the exit of Candidasa, you still have a footpath. And you still do have a few restaurants and warungs down here. And you do have hotels and other beaches. And I think it's sort of like a bit of a little hidden secret for some people. You know, I think some people know this part of Candidasa and really love it, and sort of then the bulk of the people don't really come here. That's what I think. I'm getting that sense. We'll check it out anyway. I mean, I'll probably get down there and it's not really a secret at all. That's where all the people are, but we'll see. Oh, look at that, Bali Secrets, there you go. It is a secret. You've even got a villa called Bali Secrets. Thought I'd take this new side road that I've never been down before. Heaps of motorbikes down here, don't know where they're going, but I do see some tape up here saying you can't get through and a lot of construction debris. So I'm assuming that's going to be a block because of the path. Well, I mean, it's to be expected, isn't it? If they're building a path, that you're not going to be able to get past it to whatever beach there may have been in the past. Let's have a look. No fishing. Okay. I won't be doing that. I will be having a look though. Cool. Well, I guess I can walk along here, can't I? Look at this. So all these hotels had that ocean front and now they don't. And there was a beach here, a couple of beaches. They've been built on top of. Over there's actually an oil terminal. I think it's oil or gas terminal, Pertamina. And then around the corner of that over there, that's Padang Bay. And you'll see heaps of boats over in the distance, taking people to different places like Lombok or going to Nusa Penida. When you see the coastline from this vantage point, it is absolutely stunning, seeing all those coconut trees all along the shoreline, going as far as the eye can see. I can see this path going at least another 500 metres from here, but if it's a 5 kilometre path, it must go really far. It must go for another few kilometres, a couple of kilometres. I've already walked 3 kilometres, so it probably goes for an extra couple of kilometres down this way. Beautiful little house there. Well, it's not little, beautiful big house. You'll see that they have those little breakwaters out there. They've been there for a very long time. And what that has allowed the beach to do is to build up in these sections. And now they've built on top of that beach, they're gonna have to make new breakwaters and bigger breakwaters, probably a little bit further out, I would imagine. There are heaps of properties on the edge of this part of the coastline. So this is further west than the main centre of Candidasa. Heaps of properties with a beachfront pool. And I'm seeing quite a few customers in those pools along here as well. I'm not going to poke my camera in their faces. Could do, but might get them angry. Well, that's an interesting place. They've got little nets there that you can hang out on. And when this was obviously the ocean here, it would have been beautiful. There's like a little boardwalk. It's like a jungle boardwalk up there, and ladders and little places to sit and watch the sunrise. I think the sunrise is probably better here than the sunset. Wow, amazing. Now I'm coming up to a place where it seems to stop. I think it stops here, so I'm gonna have to go back, I think, which is unfortunate because I've walked a long way down here now. But I can see that it continues. I mean, obviously there's that excavator straight in front of me, but then it continues further along there. I'm assuming there are certain areas where it's harder to build the path than others. I actually just skirted past that little excavator and then I found this. A beautiful, beautiful beach that I reckon it's going to be very hard to get down onto. But if I get down onto it, I reckon I might be able to get back out. So I might get down onto that because I can see a person over there in the distance. I might get down onto it and see if I can nick around rather than having to go back. Okay, and we're on. I mean, this property seems to have built over the ocean, which I don't think is totally legal. But that doesn't really matter here in Indonesia, does it? Do whatever you want if you can get away with it. This is just a really beautiful, beautiful beach. I'm not sure how I'm going to get out of here. There are hotels fronting it. There's that little coconut grove and banana grove. I'll have a look at my little map. You see where I am. Where am I here? Oh, I am. Well, I don't even know. There's no beach name on that. But I'm near that restaurant on the corner there. It's called Garpu, which means fork. So I guess I've got to have a look around here to see if there's a little exit. And I don't want to go through someone's private property, otherwise they'll come out with a shotgun up here. Look at that. That looks like the way to go for sure, because that looks like a vacant block. But I mean, if that beach gets a path over the front of it, which I guess it's going to have, but it'd be a real shame, I reckon. A real shame. Oh, it's going to have it. I mean, that's what's happening here. They're building a path, but they haven't done it yet. So maybe there's some issues or objections. Okay, follow this little path. Hopefully I'll get through to the road, but that's yet to be seen. Yet to be seen. Oh, that ain't going to no road. It's going to run the back of someone's property. I'm fenced in there. I have to go back. I'll go down this little one. I mean, I can hear the main road from here, so it must be pretty close. Just in some sort of fenced off area. Here we go. Got to be able to get through this banana plantation. Have to be able to. We'll see. We will see. Well, at least you're seeing a side of Candidasa you never saw before. Oh, nice tree too. Look at that nice tree. I'm glad they've kept that intact. Really hot at the moment here, like humid. It's warm and humid. The sun's not really shining, but geez, that humidity is really high. I don't know if it's going to rain this arvo. It sort of rained last night in Sanor before I came here. Here we go. Making a little bit of progress here. Oh, we'll come to a swamp. That's not great. We came to a swamp. Where do I go now? Okay. Ah, oh, life's great joys going through the swamp. Might scoot around this way. See if I can get around that little creek area. There we go. It's more swamp. Okay. All right, I'm just going to start going straight. Rather than dodging around things, just go straight. See if I can get to a road. It is fairly swampy though. Okay, I've come across a little hut over the other side of this little creek here. I'm going to try and get across, because I reckon if you've got a hut, that means you've got to have a path near it, don't you? Unless it's a hut for animals, which it could be. But I reckon that looks like maybe a human has lived in there before. Yeah, okay, maybe not. There has been a human around here, but maybe not recently. Ah, the road's over that way. It's over that way through this, more of a swamp. Oh, that's really soft, that. Here we go. This isn't great. Try and keep the high ground. There's not much of it. How I've ended up lost in the swamp, I don't know. And it's so deep, it's gone ankle deep at some point, and now I've got wet feet from all this mud and rubbish in here. I don't know, it looks like there's some tracks through here, but I've got a funny feeling it might be like cow tracks or something like that. And the road is literally 20 metres from me. I've got to be able to get out of here. Up there, but it looks blocked. We'll get through, we'll get through. Just go straight up. Here we go. Well, my advice is don't go to that beach. We're back on solid land, beautiful. Heading west still. Not sure what else is down here, but I think there might be a few things. Hopefully I can get another bit of access to the beach that's not through a swamp, maybe down a road, and see if that path is sort of coming along any differently further west. As I was walking to this place, it's called Warung Mina Candidasa plus Ayam Taliwang. And out the front, they've got these coconut husks going, and they're smoking the chicken here, the Ayam Taliwang. Asli Lombok, yeah. Ayam Taliwang, Asli Lombok. Yeah. Ayam Taliwang, if you haven't tried it, one of those classic Indonesian dishes which is found in various parts of the country, but it's an original Lombok dish. Here we go. This part of the main road goes 45 degrees away from the coast. So as you walk further along it, to get back to the beach, you have to sort of do a sharp left and then down that way to get back to the beach. This is Desa Sengkidul, yeah? That's a different desa to the one we're in. So I think Candidasa is actually part of Desa Adat Bugbug. It's just one of the Banjar, I believe, of the Bugbug Desa Adat. I think that's my memory from last time. And now we're in Sengkidul. All right, I'll take one last left turn towards the beach and see what's down here. Hopefully I get to see some more of this construction. Hopefully I see some progress too. Hopefully it's not just all the same all the way along, and that perhaps they can complete sections at a time. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Rather than just doing sort of all of it at the same time and then building up slowly. But that's sort of what they did in Sanur. They started the footpaths along the whole 3.5 kilometre stretch on both sides of the road, so you had nowhere to walk. And then it just took a really long time. There was nothing completed until one day everything was completed. If there's like that here, which I fear it might be, that's just a really long time for everyone to be affected by the same thing. Whereas if you did it in stages, you could do it, I think, a little bit more efficiently, and perhaps people wouldn't be affected for such long periods of time. Lagi apa? Minum ya.
Minum.
Oh, tuak.
Tuak.
Hey, tuak.
Suka tuh, Pak?
Lumayan suka. Duduk. Oh. Lagi bikin konten ya, nggak apa-apa ya.
Boleh sini enggak apa-apa.
Ya enggak di sini aja. Oh, dari mana tuaknya?
Beli di warung dari sini juga. Dari sini. Dari mana itu? Nyoh Tebel.
Oh, dekat ya.
Ya, dekat.
Oh, asli di sini ya.
Asli sini. Minuman lokal.
Murni ya.
Murni.
Nggak ada tambahan.
Dua jaka namanya.
Dari pohon. Biasanya ini seperti satu sloki atau untuk apa? Cicipi aja, gimana?
Ukuran segini.
Langsung, habis semua. Okay. They're telling me to get rid of it all in one go. Aduh.
Di mana enak nih? Di mana?
Mantul.
Mantap betul.
Ya betul. Oh enak banget itu.
Nah, tinggal.
Aku tinggal di Sanur sekarang, tapi aku menginap di dekat Puri Bagus. Aku dekat sana. Aku lupa namanya, tapi ya dekat sana.
Kanas dah. Jalan-jalan nih.
Bawa sepeda motor. Oh jalan-jalan. Ya aku jalan kaki dari sana ke sini.
Lumayan.
Ya jauh ya. Mungkin 5 kilo ya. Ya.
Dekat Puri Bagus. Ganes enggak? Bukan Ganes.
Bukan, itu Arko Iris kalau nggak salah. Ya kecil tempatnya. Tapi ya jalan kaki ke sini. Aku mau lihat situasi dengan jalan di depan di pinggir pantai. Ya. Karena itu untuk bule sangat penting ya. Kalau udah beres, rapi dan bagus.
Untuk jalan-jalan. 3 tahun.
3 tahun ya.
3 tahun baru selesai.
Tapi tidak ada banyak pegawai atau yang kerja di sana.
Kerjanya soalnya menyebar. Di sana ada, di sini ada. Tapi lain. Terpisah.
Ya.
Situ. Terpisah. Nanti materialnya di sini dibawa ke sana, dibawa ke. Udah lama di Bali?
Udah 2 tahun, tapi sebelum Bali aku tinggal di Bandung.
Gitu. Bisa ngomong Bali udah?
Nggak bisa. Nggak.
Asli mana asli?
Asli Australia. Ya.
Dekat. Australia dekat.
Betul sekali. Wah, ya aku jalan kaki lagi ya.
Gitu lanjut.
Ya lanjut. Balik ya. Oke.
Lagi sekali? One more.
Mantap. Lagi sekali. Kalau Bali, kalian bilang lagi sekali. Kalau bahasa Indonesia sekali lagi.
Sekali lagi ya. Gitu.
Terbalik. Ya, terbalik. Oke. They want me to have another one for the road. It's called a roadie.
Oke.
Oh, enak.
Terima kasih.
Enak banget. Terima kasih banyak ya. Oke, mari ya. Ya. What wonderful guys. It's those sorts of random interactions that I really love here in Bali. And now I've got a bit of spring in my step. I've got a bit of tuak in my body and life's good. But unfortunately, I've come to the end of the video and thank you for coming along for the ride today and looking at that beachfront path, having a little bit of a look around Candidasa and seeing what's old, what's new, what's changed. Not much actually in Candidasa changes, but I think it might. Once 2028 rolls around, I think Candidasa is going to undergo some change because I think people are going to realise this is a stunningly beautiful part of the world, still has a very traditional feel to it, and with that beachfront path just linking it all up, absolutely fantastic. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time and sampai jumpa.